Hi, my name is Thomas and you're watching Casual DIY channel. Today we're going to be looking at this Atezr P10 combo laser engraver. But hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's put it together. As you would expect, you get all the manuals that come with this machine and all the components that you need to operate this machine. Let's take it all out. There's quite a few parts here guys, but the assembly is that simple. It should take you about 20 minutes max. As I mentioned, I've got the combo version of this laser, which means it just comes with additional things like the air assist machine and the rotary roller as well. All the components of this machine are really well made. It speaks quality, everything fits really nicely together. It seems to be machined to a very high standard. But let's talk about some features this laser has. Obviously, I've got the P10 version, which means it has the 10 watt laser module. The engraving area is 430 millimeters by 430 millimeters. The compression spot is 0.08 by 0.06 millimeters, so it's very tiny. The speed this machine can operate is very high. The highest I've seen so far, 24,800 millimeters per minute. The laser module itself comes with a built-in air assist, so if you've got an air pump you can connect it with no issues at all. The frame itself is made from a very wide and thick material, so it's super steady and stable. From safety features, this laser comes with an emergency stop button, and unfortunately that's about it. It doesn't have any flame detection or anything like that, so for sure it's lacking in this area, and I would expect something better from a machine at this price range. The machine has Wi-Fi capabilities and an application you can download and use on your phone or tablet, and I have to say from my experience it's the first one that actually works correctly, but I'm going to show you that a bit later on. On the laser module itself, it actually has got this flame retardant filter glass, which is definitely far better than acrylic filters that you usually get with your laser engravers. So that's a definitely very good upgrade here. And the laser is now ready. But before we go to the testing part of this video, I just want to say thank you to Atezr for being a supporter of this video and this channel and supplying the machine for review. Setting up the focal point for your laser couldn't be easier. On the laser head module you do have the tool to do that. I'm just showing how to use it correctly. Very easy and handy indeed. Okay, it's time to run some tests of this machine to see what it's actually capable of. First of all, we're going to do the engraving test. The engraving test and the cutting test will be made on the same board. It's 3mm plywood. With the engraving test done, straight away we're going to do the cutting test and we'll discuss the outcomes when both are finished. Right then, let's check out the results, shall we? We'll just move the laser out of the way. Right, let's have a look if I can. Yeah, I can definitely pop one more just over here. This one as well. Nope, nope, and nope. Right, there we go. So that's a clear indication what this laser is capable of cutting out. As I said before, this is 3mm plywood, and with 200 millimeters per minute at 80% power, you're able to cut it. However, if you go right up to 300, that's not gonna happen. On the other side, you can see it's just barely burning through the back. And as you can see with the air assist, there's absolutely no overburn around the cut lines. So fantastic performance on the back as well. Look at that. There's no overburn, anything like that at all. Now the engraving came out really nice as well. As you can see, we went from 2000 millimeters per minute right up to 20,000, and as you can see, even with 20% power, 20,000 millimeters per minute, it still is leaving a mark on the plywood. So that's really solid performance there. And as you can see, with 100% power, 20,000 millimeters per minute, it gives really nice engraving. Now, one thing I want to point out is the settings I've used. So the engraving was first, and as you can see, the font is a little bit blurred. I've just used way too much power for this. The cutting was a little bit light, and you can see the difference and the quality of engraving. But hey, let's do another test. In this case, I'm engraving my photo on 3mm plywood. The settings are 3000 millimeters per minute, 70% power. It took about 43 minutes to do. Now I think this came out absolutely beautiful. Fantastic engraving, I have to say. Really nice detail, great quality. Next is a bit of a project. I wanted to make a page holder for my books. So first of all, I'm engraving a pattern on a piece of plywood, again 3mm in thickness. After that, I'm going to cut out the shape, and in the end process I'm going to engrave the back as well. So I've got the same pattern on both sides. Right, and let's check out the results. As you can see, cut out in a single pass with no issues, and I think that is looking mighty well. I'm gonna just flip it over and have the same design on the other side as well. Both sides are now engraved. Really cool. I definitely do like this. Right, let's do a proper cutting test to see what this machine can do. As you can see, I've loaded up 16mm pine board. Let's have a go at it. Let's see how many passes it will need to go through. 7 passes. That's in 7 passes. And that came off. 16mm pine board. That is not bad at all. Look at that. The charring is absolutely minimal. Right. Nothing on the outside. No overburn around the perimeter of the board. Absolutely stunning results. 7 passes, 150mm a minute, 100% power. Look at that. Now that is fantastic results. Now it's time to engrave leather. Let's have a look how we're gonna go with that. The settings are 30% power, 3000mm per minute. And check that out. The results are phenomenal. Look at that. How crisp and detailed is that? Absolutely stunning. Okay, now I'm gonna engrave a ceramic tile. The settings are 300mm per minute, 90% power. Well, check that out. So there was nothing on top of the tile. The tile is white, as you can see, and it's perfectly engraved. You can actually feel it underneath your fingers. It's actually quite deep, but look at that. Absolutely great. Now it's time to engrave steel. I'm putting nothing on it, so no marker, just straight on steel, 90% power, 300mm per minute. And there you go. Engraving steel with no issues at all. Fantastic results. Really nice, crisp and clear. Next I'm going to try to engrave clear acrylic, although the bottom of it I did use a marker to black it out. The specs here are 30% power, 3000mm per minute. Okay, let's see what we got. And as you can see, there's actually a faint engravement on the acrylic. Nothing major. Maybe when tinkering about with the power and speed we could get better results. But yeah, we did manage to engrave a clear acrylic sheet. Right then, now let's try to cut black acrylic sheet that is 3mm in thickness. And as you can see, single pass, 3mm acrylic, no problem at all. Really nice and clean cut as well. Okay, now it's time to test the actual speed of this machine. Let's whack in 24,000 millimeters per minute, 100% power, and we'll see how quick this laser really is. Right then, I have to say, I'm really impressed with the quality. Absolutely fantastic engraving, great details, and super quick. That only took 8 minutes and 24 seconds. I've changed the feet for the laser, so I've got the larger, higher feet, and I've installed the rotary tool just to show you how that works. It's super easy to connect. If you will require additional instructions on how to use it, anything like that, drop me a comment down below and I will do a separate video on it. But it is super easy, you just basically plug and play. There's not much setup here at all. And let's check that out. Again, really nice effects. As you can see, it engraved this dowel I've got, really large dowel, without any issues. It came out really great. So if you've got any round objects you want to engrave, like the mugs, thermal mugs, anything like that, this will be absolutely perfect. One of the features I want to show you also is the screen itself. In settings, there isn't really much in here. You can change the language, you know, the tone, and that's about it really. There's nothing else in here. However, if you insert the SD card, the mini SD card, just in here, you can have your files on here, and basically you can just carve away. Let's have a look, maybe the butterfly, home it. So I'm just gonna do, making sure that my piece of plywood is in the right space. Okay, it seems that it is. We can press go. Here we got one pass and it's doing its thing. We can put the screen back and wait until it's finished. The screen will show you the percentage of how much of the whole project is done. Obviously you can change the speed and the power of the laser, so it's fully adjustable as well. So as you can see, you can use that functionality, the screen itself, without connecting to your PC or your laptop, and it will do the job just fine. Now there's another feature I want to show you, which is the application that you can download for this laser, and basically you can use it on your tablet, on your phone, and it just works absolutely fine. And as you can see, you've got a few options here. You can select a photo, some resources, you can draw. Let's have a look. Maybe a star, black and white, sketch, you know, you've got all sorts of options here. The power as well, from 0 to 1000, so we're going to go for 500, that's more or less in the middle. You can move the laser head with the application, no issues at all. We can frame the picture, what we're going to be engraving. So as I said, you've got all the options here. And now we can wait for the star to be engraved. So again, it's another option that you don't really need to be connected to a PC or your laptop. You can use it off your phone, and I think it's a fantastic feature to have. The application, as I said, is the first one I had that actually works, and it works without any problems. And there you go, engraving is finished. As you can see, I'm just sorting out my photo. I'm going to engrave that as well. So you can basically use the photos you've got on your phone or any graphics you've got on the phone without any problems as well. So it's a great addition. And there you go, job done. Not bad at all. And that's been all done in the application that I've got on my phone, from photo straight onto the laser engraver and engraving it in this plywood sheet. So I hope all the tests that I've done are showing you what this machine is capable of. Now, before we actually jump into what I like about this machine, there's a couple of things I need to talk to you about, of the things I'm not too keen on. Now, first of all, the screen itself, it's actually a cool feature that it's magnetic. You can just put it like that. You don't have to bend over to it. You can just take it to your hand and use it like that. However, the biggest problem with it doesn't have that many options in it, to be fair, and you will not be able to use any files like JPEGs or PNGs, anything like that. You do need to have a specific type of file within the SD card for this to actually work. So it's actually not the greatest thing. Another thing that concerns me a little bit is that it does not have a flame detection. So if by any accident you're going to start a fire with your laser engraver, it will not let you know of that. Okay, so you really have to be on the board and be with the laser constantly to make sure nothing bad is happening. Yes, it does have the emergency stop button here. However, the flame detection, I think it's a feature that, you know, for a laser that costs that much, it should be included. Let's talk about the prices here. The base unit only, the P10, will cost you about $530, whereas the combo version, the one I've got with the air assist, the air pump here, with the rotary tool, that will cost you around $700. And to be absolutely honest with you, I would highly recommend you go for the combo version, as the air pump, the air assist you've got for this laser is actually very, very good, and you will have much better results when using it. Plus the rotary tool, if you are planning to go in that direction and have some projects with that, that's really cool. But definitely the combo version is the way to go in my opinion. However, if you don't want the rotary tool, I would really suggest at least you go for the air pump. As I said, it will give you far better results. One thing I really do like about this, I've got only one power supply cable for the laser and the air pump itself, thanks to the cable that is attached with the whole setup here. You know, it powers both of the laser and the air pump, one line. Absolutely great addition there. I just can't imagine why other companies have not thought about that and not included something that's probably not that expensive, but it actually makes the difference. I do like the cable management system in here, but the quality of the whole machine is very, very good, very high. The tension cables, the motors, everything is hidden away neatly in the frame itself. So that's, I think, it's the way forward, especially when you get the combo version. You also get the larger feet for the laser, so you can do different projects as well. You know, they are made for the rotary tool. However, in some cases you could actually use that extra elevation because you've got a thicker project you want to engrave, so that's absolutely perfect for that. The 10-watt laser module, very, very strong, no issues with that. As you can see, it does have really good cutting capabilities, and it does actually engrave very, very well as well. So even with those small flaws that I've mentioned, I think it's a very, very good and capable machine. So when you consider the price range of this laser, especially the combo version, I think you are getting a lot for your buck here, guys. As I said, I've not found any major flaws with it yet. It's been running absolutely fine, no issues at all. It tackled everything that I throw at it. And as you've seen on the tests, it's a very, very capable machine. I'm going to leave some links down below of this video so you can go ahead and check it out and read about all the specs this machine has, and maybe it could be a good option for you. In my opinion, it's definitely a solid choice. Now, I hope I've answered as many questions as I could in this video. If you've got any more questions, you know where the comment section is. Ask me away and I'll try to answer the best to my knowledge here, guys. But for today, that's all, and I hope to see you on my next video. Take care.